Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got game number 2 of the Cincinnati Reds and Padres 3-game series. Leading off for the Reds, playing second is Phelps. Batting second, playing right field is Griffey. Batting third, playing center field is Davis. Batting fourth, playing left field is Foster. Batting fifth, doing the catching is Bench. Batting sixth, playing third base is Suarez. Batting seventh, playing first base is Perez. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Concepcion. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is Purkey. And for the hometown Padres, leading off, playing left field is Roberts. Batting second, playing shortstop is Templeton. Batting third, playing right field is Gwynn. Batting fourth, playing first base is Gonzalez. Batting fifth, playing third base is Headley. Batting sixth, playing center field is Gaston. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Kennedy. Batting eighth, playing second base is Flannery. And on the mound and batting ninth is DRAVECKY. Let's get down here to San Diego and get this game going. And lead it off for the Reds, playing second base is Brandon Phelps, batting 167 with no homers and no RBIs. Dave Dravecky, this is his second start with no record and a 3.86 ERA. And the Reds are 3-4, and they are 2.5 games back and tied for last in the Central behind the Brewers. Griffey batting 296, Bench 269, Perez 167, George batting 80, Rose batting 200, Nolan with a 3.21 ERA, and Coda batting with a 5.14 ERA, and Don Gullet with a 1.29, Rio with a 6, and Bob comes into this game with a 9 ERA. And here's the pitch to Phelps. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 7. And that is going to be a infield hit for Brandon. He gets a board here. Leadoff batter gets a board for the Reds with an infield hit. That'll bring up Ken Griffey up now. And Senior's batting 296, 2 homers, and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty, 11. Let's see here. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third. Chase has got it. Makes the catch for out number 1. And Eric Davis comes to the plate now. Davis batting 375, 2 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Roberts and left. And after the leadoff single, he gets the next 2 out. And here's George. And George Foster is struggling, folks. He is 2 for 5, no homers and an RBI, batting 80. Can he do something here? And nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. DRAVECKY strikes him out. And the Reds strand 1. The leadoff single goes nowhere. The Reds nothing. Padres coming to bat with Roberts, Templeton, and Gwynn. Bipp batting 222 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And Bob Purkey is his second appearance. No record with a 9 ERA. Padres are also 3-4, and they are a game and a half tied for third in the West. Roberts, like I say, batting 222. Gary Templeton off to a great start, batting 345. Gwynn batting 286. Cito 280 and Kennedy 200. Jones has no ERA. Peavy with a 3.21. Kirby a 4.5. Whitson a 9. And DRAVECKY entered this game with a 3.86. And down to the field we go. And here's the pitch to Bip. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Padres get the leadoff batter aboard also. Let's see if they can do anything, unlike the Reds. Templeton is batting, like we say, 345, no homers, and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. 16. And that is going to be a pop-up down the short. And Concepcion makes the catch for out number 1. And Tony Gwynn now comes to the plate, batting 286, no homers, and 6 RBI. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Johnny Bench is back there, takes the mask off near the screen, and now there's quickly 2 down when the runner's still at first. And Gonzalez is up. So far the leadoff walk hasn't moved. Gonzalez batting 278, no homers, and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball. I think that's going to be a hit by pitch. And they hit Gonzalez in the first game, folks. And the Padres are chirping, man. How many times they've hit him? Gonzalez down at first. How many times have they hit in the season here? He was hit 5 times. He's already been hit 3 times this year. Cool. Now you got first and second, 2 outs for Chase. Chase is batting .091, folks. He does have a homer and RBI, only 2 hits, and one of them, like I says, a homer, and 22 plate appearances. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is out of here. He makes them pay for the base on balls and the hit batter. And it is 3-0 San Diego, just like in game number 1. Cito Gaston's up now, batting 280 with no homers and 3 RBI. And that's going to end the inning. A ground ball back to Purkey. But the 3-run homer gives the Padres a 3-0 lead. We go to the second. It's deja vu all over again, as the Reds are down 3-0 after the first. You got Bench. Sanchez and Perez due up. And Johnny 269. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Chase has got it. Fires over to Gonzalez for out number 1. See, the Reds are 3-4 with a 219 batting average, 282 on base, 404 slugging, and a 687 OPS. San Diego is 3-4 also, 218 batting average, 277 on base, slugging 498, and an OPS of 775. And here's the pitch to Santo, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Gaston. Cito in center. That'll be out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here. And the second.
Suarez.
And now we got Mr. Perez up. Tony batting 167. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Tony Perez has cut into this 3-0 lead. It's a homer by Perez. That's his second homer of the year. Makes it a 3-1 ball game. Davey Concepcion up batting 357 with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Bip. That'll end the inning. But The homer by Perez makes it 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the second. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Padres. The bottom third, Kennedy, Flaherty, and DRAVECKY. Kennedy batting .200 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this, and it looks like the ball is leaving San Diego today because that ball is headed out to right field, and Griffey turns around, watches it leave, and just like that, San Diego makes it a 3-run lead again. It's 4-1. And Flannery's up now, batting .250 with no homers and 2 RBI. And that's going to be against the righty. 16, that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Davis has got room out there, makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Dave DRAVECKY, and he's 0 for 1 on the year. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short for out number 2. Back to Bip Roberts now, and he is walking, came around the score in the first, and that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate, and 62 and a 9. That's going to be fielding column 2. That is going to be a strikeout. Nope, that's going to be an error on Bench. That's a Baltimore chop, and Johnny Bench, one of the greatest catchers of all time, makes an error and bips aboard here with 2 outs. And you got Templeton up, who's 0 for 1. He popped up to his counterpart, Davey Concepcion, back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Suarez. He's going to throw over to Perez, and that'll end the inning. But 1 run scores on the homer, and it is 4-1 Padres. As Kennedy hit that solo shot, we go to the top of the third with the bottom part of the order. Purkey, and then back to Phelps and Griffey. Purkey is 0 for 1 on the year, and he's going to be 0 for 2. That's a swing and a miss, and that's strikeout number 2 by Dave. Brandon Phelps is up now. He singled in the first, and that's going to be against the lefty, a 7. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Nice play by Chase. Dive and stop. Gets up. Barely gets Brandon for out number 2. Great play down there by Chase. Here's Griffey 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Griffey gets down the first. And Eric Davis comes to the plate now. And Davis, he flew out the left his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He'll fire over to first. And that'll end the inning, folks. And Red Strand 1 to the bottom of the third we go. We got Gwynn due up the heart of the lineup. Gonzalez and Chase. Tony's 0 for 1 today. And he's going to be 0 for 2. That's a ground ball down the Concepcion over to Perez for out number 1. And Gonzalez comes up. He was hit by a pitch and came around the score on the homer. And that's going to be against a righty, a 13. That's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Eric Davis makes a nice running catch. Takes a hit away from Gonzalez. And Chase is up now. Chase hit that big 3-run homer in the first to give the Padres a 3-0 lead at the time. And he's not done, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. A 2-run homer game by Chase Headley. He got Bob's number today. And it is now 5-1. It's back to a 4-run lead. And Cito's up. And Gaston's 0 for 1. He grounded out the Purkey back in the first. And that's going to be against the righty, a 19. And that's going to be a, wait a second here. Let's see. Let's see here. Give me 1 second here. 13 and a 9. And that's going to be a base hit. Cito gets a hit. Infield hit by Cito. And now you got a runner down at first. And Terry Kennedy, and he hit a homer his first time up, folks. He's 1-for-1. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a pop-up out to shallow left field, I believe. Nope, that's a ground ball down to second. Brandon will go to first. Now to end the inning. But 1 run scores, makes it 5-1. So we go to the top of the 4th. Foster, bench in Suarez. Foster 0-for-1, struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. Gwynn makes the catch for out number 1. George continues to struggle. Now you got Johnny up. He's 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Templeton, he bobbles that ball, folks. That's an E6. Templeton can't make the play. And Johnny's aboard here with an error. That brings up Suarez. And he is 0-for-1 today. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Can Templeton make the play this time? And he does. He'll get the runner out at second, but they won't get the double play. So now there's 2 down. And it's up to Perez, who homered his first time up to give the Reds their only run of the ball game. And not this time. That is going to be a 55 and a 5. Should be fielding column 1. And it is. And Gonzalez gets the ball, takes it himself. We'll redo that. It wasn't a pop-up. He'll take it himself. And that'll end the inning, folks. And the Reds leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th in a 5-1 ball game. Flannery and then DRAVECKY back to Bip. Tim's 0-for-1, flew out the first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Purkey's first strikeout of the game. And Dave DRAVECKY's up. Dave's 0-for-1, popped up his first time up. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 42 and a 2. That'll be a nice play there by Purkey. He's got it. He's going to throw over to first, and that'll be out number 2. Gets his counterpart out. And we're back to the top of the order in Roberts, who's 0-for-1, walked and reached on an error. He's been on base both times, folks. And that's going to be the first time they get him out. A ground ball back to Bob again. He's up to the task. 1, 2, 3 goes the Padres. And now you got Concepcion and Purkey due up. Then back to Brandon. Dave's 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a rare play, a 39 and a 36. That's going to be ball 1 on Concepcion. So here's the 1-0 pitch to Dave. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Flannery makes the catch near the mound for out number 1. Bob Purkey's going to bat for himself. He's 0-for-1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for the second time today. We're back to the top of the order in Brandon. He's 1-for-2, singled in this game. And that's going to be a 7. And that's going to be a single in the left field. So Brandon's having a fine game. That'll be a 4. 27. I think he's going to try to get in the scoring position. 53 or lower, he's going to steal. And he's in there at second with a stolen base. So he gets in scoring position here for Griffey. Griffey come through here with Biff down at first, down at second now. And nope, that's a fly ball out the Bip. And that'll end the inning. And again, the Reds strand one. Bottom of the fifth we go. We got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up. Templeton, Gwynn, and Gonzalez. As you see, Cincinnati has got one more game here in San Diego. And they go play Colorado for 4 games. Gary's 0 for 2 today. And he's going to be 0 for 3 as that's a grounder back to Purkey. He's been busy today. How many ground balls is that to him? Check it out here. One, 2, 3, 4. It's just been 3 out of the last 4 outs is why I thought it was more than that. So now you got Gwynn up, and Tony's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped up. That's going to be a base on balls. So Gwynn walks on down to first with 1 out for Gonzalez. And Gonzalez has been hit by a pitch and came around to score. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And Brandon makes a nice play. Stops it. Only play, though, will be the first. So the runner will get in scoring position now. And here comes the man of the hour. Chase Utley with 2 hits, and both of them has been homers. 4 RBIs on the day, folks. Can he hit number 3? Nope. That is going to be a ground ball down the first. Perez is up with it, tosses it over to Bob covering. That'll end the inning. Padres strand 1 to the 6th inning we go. Got the big boys coming up here trying to get back in this game for the Reds. Davis, Foster, and Bench. Eric 0 for 2 today. And he's going to be 0 for 3. So that's a grounder down to Templeton. He fires over to Gonzalez. There's 1 down. And now George is up. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a rare play, a 64 and a 40. That's going to be hit to first base. Gonzalez is down there today. 42 and a 5. And that'll be fielding column 1. Nice play down there by Gonzalez. He tosses it over to Dre back covering. And that'll be out number 2. And now it's all up to Johnny Bench to get something going here. Trailing by 4. Johnny's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error back in the 4th. And that's going to be a well-hit ball. What's Johnny going to do here, folks? And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. So Bench with a 2-out double is in scoring position. And Suarez drive him in here. Cut the lead back to 3. He is 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded into a 4th play. And that's going to be a infield. 8, 13, 22, 29, 31. That'll be fielding column 1. That's going to be popped up in foul territory. On the third base side, Templeton goes out, makes the catch for out number 3. And that'll be it for the Reds. They strand Bench down at second. They can't get the big hit here in San Diego. And it's a 5-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Cito, Kennedy, and Flaherty. And Cito 1 for 2 with a single last time up. And he gets a hold of this one again, folks. And that ball is hit out in the left field. George gets to it, takes it on the bounce. That'll be a single for Cito. And now Kennedy's up. And the Reds are looking to turn 2 with the catcher up at the plate. And Terry is 1 for 2 with a homer in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. Griffey catches it in shallow right field for out number 1. That brings up Flannery, and he's 0 for 2 today. And he's not 0 for 2 anymore as he squares this one up, folks. Where's this one going to go? And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. Griffey's got a cannon out there. And that'll be a 42. 22. He's going to stay put. At third. Well, he's not going to stay put. Doug's up. Wasn't thinking. We're going back. And he's going to take a chance here. So it's a 22. He's going to take a chance to score here with the pitcher due up. A 44 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there. So that's an RBI double by Flannery. And it is now a 6-1 game with a runner down at second. And the pitcher's up, and they're going to let Dave swing away here, folks. He is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. They strike him out for out number 2. And you see San Diego has one more game here against the Reds, and they stay home. Arizona's coming to town for a 4-game series. Bip is 0 for 2 today. He has walked, reached on an error. He's been on base twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Purkey comes back, strikes out the next 2. But it is 6-1 San Diego as we go to the top of the 7th. Got the bottom third of the order due up here in the 7th. Perez, Concepcion, and a pitch hitter for Purkey. And Tony's 1 for 2 with a homer in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down the chase. Builds it cleanly, fires over to Gonzalez for out number 1. Concepcion's 0 for 2 today. He has flown out and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Flannery. 2 quick outs here in the 7th. And that's it for Bob. We'll have a pitch hitter for him. And it's going to be see here. Not going to be Casey. It's not going to be Pensa with the lefty out there. And it's going to be Barry Larkin coming off the bench here. With 2 outs and nobody on, down by 5. Barry gets something going. And Barry is batting 167 with a homer and 3 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a rare play, a 39 and a 21. That's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. And that's a ground ball down to Templeton. And that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's a 6-1 ball game. And they're not going to, Carroll's going to come in the game. They're not bringing Chapman in this game. So Carroll will come in. And try to keep it a 5-run ball game. Excuse me. He'll be facing the 2-3-4 hitters, Templeton, Gwynn, and Gonzalez. Carroll, this is his second appearance. No record and a lofty 40.5 ERA. Here's the pitch to Templeton. And he gets a hold of this. Damn, Carroll's coming in and throwing fuel on the fire. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Griffey gets over there, cuts it off, holds him to a single. Now you got Gwynn up, nobody out, runner at first, and he's 0 for 2 with a walk in this game. And that's going to be against the righty, 16, and that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And with nobody out, Templeton's going to stay put at second. First and second, nobody out. Carroll, can he get an out here? And looking for a ground ball double play. With first and second, Gonzalez 0 for 2 has been hit by a pitch, flown out, and grounded out. And that is going to be against a righty, a 13. And that is going to be a ground ball down the second. And can they turn two? Nope, that's a pop-up down the second. And that'll be out number 1. Chase Headley's having a nice game. 2 homers in this game, folks. He is 2 for 3 with 4 RBI. And he gets a 39. That'll be the catcher. That'll be Philly 1. And they pick off Templeton at second. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. Templeton gets picked off at second. So now there is 2 down and a runner down at first as Johnny Bench picks him off. And here's the pitch to Chase. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And he'll fire over to first, and that'll end the inning, folks. So Carroll gets out of that mess with nobody scoring. We go to the top of the 8th. It's a 6-1 game. And you got the top of the order due up here for the Reds. This will probably be Dave's last inning here, folks. With a 2, yeah. Let's see here. Stuff on the ground. So this will probably be Dave's last inning. He's got the top of the order to get through. See when he's due up. He's due up 4th in the bottom of the 8th. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gwynn. He makes the catch for out number 1. And it's up to Griffey to get something going here. They like to score some runs here in the 8th. They're down by 5. And that's going to be a base hit by Griffey. He gets aboard here with 1 out. And brings up Eric Davis now. Runner on at first in a 6-1 game. He's 0 for 3, flown out and grounded out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 1 and a 7 is probably fielding column 3. Yep, that's fielding column 3. 1 and 26. And the runner will get down the second. That's a 4-3 put out. And now you got George up. Can George finally do something, folks? 0 for 3 today. 2 for 28 on the year. 0.71 at batting average. Against the lefty. 12 and an 8. And he finally comes through here, folks. That's a single in the center field. Griffey will score with no throw. So George gets an RBI and cuts the lead to 6-2. That brings up Johnny Bench. That'll get him stirring in the bullpen anyway. Johnny's 1 for 3 with a double. He reached on an error. And that's going to be a 61 and a 5. 61. 5, fielding column 2. That's going to be with a runner on first. That's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Gonzalez is going to take it himself. And step on the bag. The Reds do score 1, make it 6-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And you got Cito, Kennedy, and Flaherty due up here. Cito's 2 for 3 today. And that's going to be a 19, a fly ball out the right field. Griffey makes the catch, out number 1. And Kennedy comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a homer in the day. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Davis. 2 quick outs here in the 8th. And Tim Flannery's up now. And Flannery is 1 for 3 with an RBI double. And that's going to be a base on balls. Tim gets a board here. And that's going to be it for Dave. I'm going to send a pitch hitter up here for him. See who's going to come out of the dugout here. Ken Caminiti's going to come out of the dugout and see what he can do here. And Caminiti is batting .333 on the year, no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Carroll strikes him out, and that'll end the inning. And the Padres strand 1. We go to the top of the 9th. It's a 6-2 ball game. Let's see what's going to happen here. I think Winfield and we'll make some defensive changes here.
Loretta.
And who's going to come in to pitch? Got righties coming up.
Gregerson.
And I think this is what we're going to do here. Let's see where we're going to put them in the lineup there. Well,
Loretta.
My plaque psoriasis was so bad, I couldn't get my hair done.
My psoriasis.
So let's see here. He's going to come in and bat in a 9 spot. And Dave Winfield's going to come in. He'll bat in a leadoff spot for defensive purposes. And Loretta is going to come in and bat in the 8th spot, play second. see here. What's Quinn's arm? So let's do it this way. Put him in right. Put Gwynn in left. Cito in left. Gwynn in center. So a whole new outfield here. Okay. Sorry about that. Just making some defensive changes. We're going to have Winfield playing out in the outfield now, along with Lorietta coming into play second. And a new pitcher. So here we go. So a whole new outfield. Gwynn's going to move over to center field. Cito's going to move over to left. Winfield's in right. And Lorietta's playing second. And Luke's doing the pitching. His second appearance. He's 0-1 with a 45 ERA. He'll be facing Suarez, Perez, and Concepcion here in the ninth. And the Reds are down by 4. Here's the pitch to Suarez. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Luke, he strikes him out for out number 1. And Perez comes up now. And Tony's 1 for 3 with a homer in the game. And that's going to be a pop up down the second for out number 2. The Reds are down to their last out. Can Davey Concepcion come through here and keep this game alive? He's 0 for 3. And he's going to be 0 for 4. That's a slow roller to Templeton. He picks it up, fires over to Gonzalez, and that is your ball game, folks. Look here at the box score. So the Padres win another one here, folks. Reds can't get that offense going. Padres 6 runs, 8 hits, and an error. The Reds 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Brandon Phelps with the only 2 base hit game for the Reds. Reds were 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Just didn't get any opportunities. Left 6 men on base. Chase Headley, 2 homers in this game, folks. Cito was 2 for 4 also, and Padres are only 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Left 6 men on base. Purkey drops to 0-1, 6 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, struck out 3, and gave up 3 homers. Carroll comes in, 2 innings, 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 1. Dave DRAVECKY picks up his first win. He's 1-0, 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 3, gave up a homer. Gregerson comes in, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Let's go and look at the standings and leaderboard. And the Braves are a game up on New York. 2 games up on Washington. 2.5 on Philly. And the Marlins are 3.5 games back. The Brewers are a half game up on the Pirates. St. Louis is a game back. The Cubbies are a game and a half. The Astros are 2.5. And with that loss, the Reds dropped to last place, 3 games back of the Brewers. Out west, the Giants and Dodgers are a game up on the Padres, like half a game and a half up on the Diamondbacks, and Colorado 2 games back. Jeff Bagwell with his .480 batting average leading the National League. Sammy with 7 homers, and Molitor with 13 RBIs leading the National League. ERA leaders are at 0. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers with 2 wins, 2 pitchers with 3 saves, Suter and Tecalvi. and Sammy Sosa leading in MVP voting with Kershaw in the Cy Young. The next game will be the final game of this 3-game series. Can the Reds get a win out of this, folks? It's going to be Reyes going up against Ed Whitson in game number 3. I want to thank everybody for stopping by today. If you haven't already and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Don't cost nothing. Hit that bell for reminders. And do me a favor and smack that like button and leave a comment on your way out. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.